All right, finally got my Home Depot window in from American's Craftsman. It's made by, thing comes with 4 stainless steel screws for mounting. It's just a single home. Just hopefully it fits in this opening here with the casing that I already installed. And energy performance rating, it says solar heat gain coefficient 0.32, if that means anything to anybody. I did pay extra for a low E or something. They asked me something. I did pay a little extra for I think a slight tint or something. Keep the rays out, UV rays out. All right, so I measured this frame. It's the lowest part of the width is 28 and the lowest part of the height is 78. So when I called Home Depot, nobody was in the window department, so they sent me to the pro desk. I told the woman I have an opening. It's 28 by 78, and it's had an old sash. I took the sash out, and so that's my opening measurement. And so what she did is she ordered me a window that was 28 by 78, which what I needed, right? But instead of putting it in the system as the frame size 28 by 78, she put the window needs to be 28 by 78. But what she should have done is put the opening size was that, not the window size. On the paperwork, in small little letters, it said overall size of window was 28 1/4 by 78 1/4, because she put it as if that's the window that I needed. And so that if you're getting a 28 exact measurement by 78, that means your window must be at least 28 1/4. But I don't have 28 1/4, I have 28 exact. So I can't get this window in here because it starts hitting the lip on the sides. So I was thinking to pull the storm window off, that way I don't have to return it, wait another month. Pull this storm window out, take these little beads out, the stops, and then, because I do have 28 in maybe 1/8 of an inch, and you can see they give you these little spacers. These fit in there. This is the size of the window. It's the size of the window, okay? So these spacers can go in here, and you can see that I actually have a good 1/8 of an inch space, which is not much, but you got to take in consideration that this is a wood frame. But remember, I made a video, and the wood frame is just a 1x material. There's nothing really behind it. And when I put my jack studs, I left a good 1/2 inch gap from this 1x, and I don't even think I nailed the 1x to that stud. So this is still just kind of hanging there. So if there is some play, like if there's expansion and contraction in the wood, it has actually a little space between the, let me shut this, kid, shut up. So there's a little space in the stud that can expand and contract and not actually hit this window, where it will contract into the window. So I think I'm okay for a tight fit, but I'm gonna have to take the storm window off, and I'm gonna have to try to install it from that side, because that side has more, it's more open on the outer side than it is on the inside. For some reason, when I put this frame on, it protruded out a little bit here, and I think I knew about it, but I was trying to make it level. So I could have pushed it in, but I didn't. So that's also gonna be hitting. And for some reason, it's not 28 inches wide on that frame either. Even if I measure it from this side to this side, it's like 27 and 15/16. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna plan on doing. Enough rambling now, let's try to get this thing installed. Worst case scenario, the very worst case scenario is I try to get it in, it won't fit, and I have to get my belt sander and sand some of this paint off and some of this wood. Maybe a little bit on both sides. Sticks out about 2.5 inches. So this is the size of the window. So I'd only have to sand, you know, a good 2.5 inches all the way up. But it's a lot of work, it's a lot of hassle, but again, I don't feel like reordering it. And these are special orders, so they might even say, well, sorry, you can't return it or exchange it because it's a special order. And you can see at the bottom it's real tight, but it will fit. It's just a little bit tight. I did put a wrap down there, window wrap right here, which kind of makes it a little bit tighter on the side. But I do believe it'll fit in here. be a little tight. It should be about like that, pushed in more. I don't know, let's see what I can get done. Okay, after struggling this for a couple hours, I got the storm window out and I was able to get it in from the outside in. And it's, you know, it's got a little bit of a gap, not too much, but it is a little tight on some spots. But you know, it opens and closes, and it's summertime, so it's in the heat it expands, and when it's winter it shrinks. So I think we'll be all right. Pretty nice fit. You got a bit of a gap up here. I could put some insulation foam in there and then caulk it, and then it should be good. And then I'll put my, I'll buy some new trim, but this is the old trim that was up there. And that goes right there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just, yeah, I'm not gonna go and return this and get a new one that's shorter. I made it work, and you can see I can move it slightly. You know, but it is tight. And again, the way the studs are a little bit past the frame of the window, so I think expansion and contraction won't be so bad. I think I'll be fine. All right, I put some caulking all around the window like it says in the directions. And I put a screw 2 inches from the bottom, and you put another one 2 inches from the top. That just keeps the window from moving in and out, keeps it in place as that caulking dries. And you know, caulking doesn't last forever, so you gotta have something holding this window in. So I'll put 2 more on this side as well, and then that's pretty much it. I already caulked the bottom. I put some foam up on top, because that was a little bit more gappy. And then you just install this trim back on when you're done. I'll get some new trim, this is kind of beat up. And I'll probably put this piece on back on the outside there after I sand it. Painted. All right, also I want to talk about this little clip here. Okay. They give you this little bottom piece, and what that does is, I'll show you upside down. See where I caulked under there, the gap? This keeps rainwater out. Okay, so you want to install that. I cut mine, it was a little too long for where it was going. So I cut it with some snips, 10 snips right there, to the length that I needed. Now I'm popping it in. It's a really tight once it goes in, so you won't be able to get it out once you get it in. There we go. And you can see from this angle, here it is right here. So it just keeps a little bit of that rain from going up under the window. And you can see I have my window flash here. They didn't make the aluminum long enough to go around here, so I'm gonna have to make some up later on. Get some aluminum, make a bend on it and put it up under here. But I'll do that at a later point. It's not really important right now. But there we go, we got the screws in. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. This thing ain't going nowhere. All right, so a problem with the screw heads they gave me, they're really big heads, and they hit that plastic piece down under the window. So when you go to close it, you can't close it. So I don't know what's up with that. All right, the brand is American Craftsman. That's so stupid. Please explain to me why you would not include a flathead screw if that's what you need. That's kind of dumb. That's really dumb. And they say in the directions to put these little plastic pieces that you take off up at the top, up there. I already put one on one side to keep it from opening all the way. I don't know why you can't open it all the way, but that's what this says in the instructions, just letting you know. So yeah. But as far as these bottom ones, that's pretty dumb. I'll take those out. Put a flathead one.